Hello and welcome to Catch and Dribble, the training pack where you hit the ball into the goal. I'll give you 1 second to look at the map code. Alright, second over. Anyways, let's get into it. Shot 1. So this shot has 3 primary ways to catch it. The first one of those ways is to drift and turn straight in front of the ball and catch it right on the tip of your nose to drive it straight back towards the net. The other two are catching it with the side of your car like this. Now the reason there's 2 ways to catch it with the side of your car is because you can catch it both to the right and to the left. You can bring it in the way that people would expect, or you can drive to the opposite side of the ball and then catch it towards the side that you were originally coming from to fake them out. You're going to want to do shot 2 in almost the same way that you do shot 1. The primary difference is that if you catch it the normal way that people would expect, you're going to be taking it to the wall. So unless you're competent on the wall, it's best to try to drive it backwards the way that you were coming from originally in order to maintain a dribble. This shot is especially good for practicing that third method, catching it back the opposite way in order to fake the opponent out. Remember, this training pack is intended to be hard, so a lot of the shots are really useful if you can take the ball off of the wall and take it into the air for any kind of shot or an air dribble or any setup. Shot 3 puts an emphasis on speed. The faster you can catch the ball and turn it into the net, the more likely this is to actually result in a goal in a game. This is a pretty frequent opportunity if a 50-50 comes out from your teammate or if the opponent gets a mistouch, and you can easily counter and score this one if you get consistent with this shot. Now with the angle of this shot, it's best to turn and use the first 2 methods, catching it on your nose or catching it on your side, coming towards it. The third method, catching it away from where you're coming from, is pretty situational. Remember, even if you can't do any fancy mechanics on the wall, it's good to be able to catch it in that direction just to have the muscle memory. You don't need to actually be able to take this off of the wall and do some flip reset, musty, anything. You just need to be able to catch it in any direction so you're versatile. You don't want to be just a one-dimensional player. Now with shot 4, we're getting into some of the tricky ones. These ones you're going to have to catch with the back of your car a lot of the time in order to get a good touch to drive it straight back. You can get a touch with the back of your car similar to the way that you would catch it with the side. You're going to want to drive and just barely get it to tap the back of your car when the ball is just about to hit the ground but not quite hitting it, just so you can immediately drift in a 180 and start dribbling it or take it to the wall or wherever you're going with it. This is another good one for shooting it with the first and the third method. The second method is a little bit tricky with this one. Coming into shot 5, this is a shot that all 3 of the methods will work very well on. If you can get around the ball really quick and catch it with the nose, you can drive it straight into the net, or you can catch it with method 2 and take it infield for a dribble, or you can catch it with method 3 and take it straight to the wall for whatever kind of play. Remember, it's easy to get carried away and take it to the wall and go for your flip resets on every try, but you gotta actually learn how to catch the ball, otherwise you won't really improve as much. Shot 6 is really key for working on your shot types number 1 and 2. It's not ideal for type number 3, but in a game it can be useful, so it's still worth practicing. This is a good one for making sure that you're not catching the ball too high and getting it to pop. If the ball pops, you're going to get challenged. If you get challenged, it's going to go straight over you and right into your net. Make sure that when you're getting a catch, it's a clean catch. This may look fine to some of you, but in a game, if a player is coming towards you and you make a catch like that, it's going to go straight over your head. They're just going to challenge you and you're done. It's a good practice for when you're trying to catch the ball and take it to the wall to still go over as many boost pads as you realistically can. In a game, say you don't have any boost and you try to make that catch, now you're going to be going up with 20 boost. What good are you doing? Shot 7 is a tricky one. This one is really almost only practical for a game application if you're using method number 3. You can make method 2 work, it's just not going to be as effective in game because it's going to be more readable, and number 1 it's too difficult. Method number 2 is practical if you can get a smooth catch, take it to the wall, and steal that boost. It's not really necessary. If you can just do method number 3, you can take it across the field. Worst case, you get a 50. But if you're really good, number 1, it can work. Number 2, it can definitely work if you have space. Number 3 can be readable at high levels, but it's the safest option, but you should practice all of them. Shot 8 is pretty simple. Just catch it across the field, dribble it to the net, or take it up the wall. There's not a lot to do with this one. Just practice catching it with the back end of your car and dribbling it to the net. It's pretty self-explanatory. Method 2, just keep doing the same thing, to the wall or straight to the net. Pretty much just hit clips. On shot 9, your best opportunities are just going straight off the wall, first things first, or trying to cut it mid and go straight to the net. You can take this to either wall, the close one or the far one, but the close one is generally better. This shot is mostly meant for 2 and 3, but you can also use method number 1 if you can get around the ball fast enough. Turning this one straight to the net is a very easy way to get free goals. And finally, we have shot 10. This one is really good for types number 1 and 2 for catching the ball. Not good at all for type 3. You can easily get on the side of it or get behind it and drive it straight at the net, but it's too far away to take to the other wall, and the angle is poor for taking it back to the close wall. Just try to catch this one and drive it straight into the net as fast as you possibly can.